I gotta wait. How long I gotta wait for a press record?
Go.
Welcome to the stand, where Miss Dream always has a story.
It's Dream, and we got a season 2. Your Black Bostonian here, a product of a single mother who I work to make proud every single day. I'm a 3-degree holder, your veteran educator, your tech entrepreneur, and founder of the Chair platform. My platform is dedicated to supporting Black and Brown people on their hair journey by creating hair boards, connecting to hairstylists, and sharing haircare tips for a more joyous experience. My podcast is about sharing hair stories, educator stories, entrepreneurship stories, and stories surrounding identity with goals to leave you laughing, learning, and advocating. So come in and listen to the stories in the chair.
Where we share stories in the chair.
Hello, everyone. This is Ashleigh. And Ashleigh, can you introduce yourself, please?
Yes. Hello, everyone. My name is Ashleigh Brown-Grier, currently an independent consultant at Bennett College, helping to redesign their general education curriculum and full-time researcher.
So we met in South Africa because I was on my Fulbright and she was on her Fulbright. And we met in Joburg when a bunch of Fulbrighters came together. Ashleigh, can you please tell everybody what research that you have done? You just have so many titles, and I think they're all so important that we need to highlight every single one of them because she's a doctor now too, so we can't just let that slide either.
I'm still trying to get used to that one. Before I start about the research, I do have a nonprofit organization called International HBCU Exchange, which focuses on increasing HBCU student interest and participation in government-funded international exchange programs like the Fulbright program, as well as the Bourne Awards, Gilman International Scholarship, and the Critical Language Fellowship as well. My research is focused around internationalization at historically Black colleges and universities. My Ph.D. was in higher education, and I feel like I made it very interdisciplinary. So my dissertation looked at international student experiences at HBCUs. And then my research in South Africa looked at apartheid-era inequities and how they were exacerbated during COVID-19 for students who attended historically Black universities here in South Africa.
And doctor, how many HBCUs have you attended?
I have attended 3 or graduated from 3 HBCUs, and I can't miss the University of Pennsylvania, even though they don't fit into that narrative. But people are always getting on to classmates and like, but you also graduated from Penn. And I'm like, I did, but it doesn't fit the HBCU narrative. So,
And people understand that you identify as a Black woman. And
yes.
Why was attending HBCUs so important to you?
So, to be honest, and I shared this with someone recently, I did not plan to go to college. I struggled in high school with math. And so I wanted to join the military. And the only reason I did not join the military was because I was 17 years old when I graduated high school. And my mother would not sign the paperwork for me to go. And so she sent me to Talladega College for the summer. And that started me on the trajectory to higher education. And I think Talladega College, it's still a very small school, but when I went there were like 300 students. And it was my first time being in a majority Black space. And so I learned a lot more about being a part, even though I knew I was Black, I grew up with Black people. I think just being in an HBCU setting really laid the foundation for everything that I'm doing now. Which is reaching back in my community and encouraging others to go to HBCUs and also participate in exchange programs.
Where did you grow up?
I grew up in Mobile, Alabama. It's in the part of the state where Alabama touches the Gulf of Mexico. It's the third largest city in the state of Alabama. So yeah, Mobile, home of Mardi Gras. For those of you who do not know, birthplace of Mardi Gras, not New Orleans.
Since you said your first college experience laid the groundwork, do you have a memory of a class or a professor that helped you understand that higher ed was where you were going to go?
That's a great question. I won't say a professor, but I will say HBCUs have these dorm parents. We don't have, we have, what are they called? We have like residence life, the students, but we had what we call dorm parents. And I remember this one dorm parent, she walks up to me one evening after an event and she's like, there's something special about you. I can't put my finger on it, but there's something special about you. And I still, this is over 10 years ago, and I still remember that moment my freshman year. And I was like, I wonder what it is. But I think she saw something in me that I didn't see for myself. And throughout college, I really focused on being a leader. And then my senior year ended up being Miss Talladega College. I will say there was another professor, but her last name was Williamson. She actually exposed me to the idea of study abroad.
Thinking 10 years back and 10 years forward, what do you believe is special about yourself?
What do I believe is special? 10 years back, I think my experience in undergrad definitely laid the foundation for who I am today. High school, I was in ROTC. Obviously, that trains you to be a leader. But going to a college with majority Black folks, which I had not had that experience before, but also becoming a leader helped me to figure out who I was as a person as well. Being proud of being Black, recognizing that I could encourage others to continue their studies or to pursue higher dreams and goals and aspirations. And honestly, without that experience at Talladega College, I can't say, I don't know where I would be today. I think it really, as Miss Talladega College, I got the chance to meet other HBCU queens, and it really started me on this trajectory to wanting to study and learn more about HBCUs as well.
Where we share stories in the chair.
Look, it's my commercial. We will be right back.
It's more than just a bad hair day. It's a journey. Finding the right hairstyle isn't easy, nor is finding the right stylist or the right products. Looking in every corner of the web gets messy, overwhelming, and exhausting. All the ads, the articles, the products, the videos, it shouldn't be this hard, but it is. And now, it isn't. The Chair. A Black and brown centered platform where you can design hair boards, connect to hairstylists, and share hair care tips for a new, joyful path on your hair journey. Avoid the clutter, save yourself hours, months, and even years of research and poor trial and error. Everything you need and only what you need is in one place. Hair boards made by people like you, for you. Find the right products, the right people, the right answers for you, stress-free. Join the Chair community and make every day a great hair day. When you share your pain, you allow others to help you. And when you share your success, you help others get theirs. Lean on the Chair. We got you.
No stress, no strife. In the chair, the chair, the chair. All right.
With all the international HBCU work that you're doing now, why pursue a Ph.D.?
I pursue a PhD. Well, as the overachieving. No, I'm kidding. As the typical stereotypical Black woman. Now, for me, in undergrad, I majored in music performance. No one could tell me anything different. I felt like God spoke to me. That's what I need to do. I knew I had horrible stage fright. And so I got the degree and was like, okay, this isn't gonna pay. I knew education was where I needed to be. And after my first master's in K through 12, I knew K through 12 space wasn't it. And so I really hit the nail on the head with higher education, which was my master's at the University of Pennsylvania. And so one of the things I felt like every time I obtained a degree and went to get a job, I felt like people were still saying, you're not qualified enough. You're not meeting the requirements. And so I was like, okay, well, if I get this PhD, then you can't say that anymore. But when I look at the PhD, and I just thought about this the other day, it gives you more freedom. The PhD, you don't have to be stuck in a bubble. You can be a scholar, you could be a practitioner, you could do both, but it doesn't give you limits. And I think that's why I chose the PhD, but also, yeah, I feel like it's given me the autonomy to be able to run my nonprofit, do the research, again, the scholar practitioner. So that's why the PhD.
You know, I just think it's magical when people decide to get a PhD to study something very specific for a long time. It's a journey in the information you're learning, but there's also a journey within yourself.
Definitely. And what I will say, I feel like getting a PhD in the topic, you have to love it. You have to really be interested in that topic, because in the first 2 years of a doctoral program, you are still taking coursework. And there's so many things that catch your attention. And it's like, oh, I want to study that. I want to study that. Ashleigh, you got your topic. You're sticking with this topic. The only thing you're going to add is COVID-19 to the end of it. But it does challenge you. It pushes you to the brink. Yeah, it pushes you to the brink. But you have to love research and love what you're doing.
Do you have a memory when you were starting to really see yourself as a researcher? This moment was like, yeah, I'm a researcher now. Do you have that memory?
That memory, I will say, came when I defended that dissertation. When I defended that dissertation and I could answer confidently the questions that my committee members asked, I knew in that moment that I was a researcher and no one could take that away from me. And then, once I finished my PhD, I come up with all of these research ideas all the time. I'm like, yeah, like I'm right now in South Africa. I was talking to someone the other day and I was like, yeah, I'm looking at missionaries' role in Black education in the US. And people are like, what? How did you even come up with that topic? A lot of reading, a lot of love for reading and wanting to find the answers that we don't have or that are there and we forgot about them way back when.
And where did you get your lovely doctorate from?
Howard University, the original HU.
Oh, and if you're interested to learn more about my experiences as a Black woman and educator in Guangzhou, China, I wrote my first ebook titled Nowhere and Everywhere, Captured Emotions of a Beautifully Broken Love Story. It is on lulu.com. Take a read and see some beautiful photography of mine. Enjoy the rest of the show. As a Black woman, I spend a lot of time thinking about my hair. And so anytime I meet a new Black woman or anytime I meet a new Black person, I'm always like, what goes on with your hair? I'm especially starting to build the chair. And we've had so many conversations about hair, which I absolutely love. And so I'm curious, do you have a memory of when you fell in love with your hair?
When I fell in love with my hair, ooh, that's a good one. As Black women, we go through these journeys with our hair. I'd say when I went natural, because I was natural for a long time, and I could wear my fro out, I loved my hair. But I think right now in this moment, it's me having sister locks, because there has not been a day in the 2.5 years that I've had sister locks that I have not loved my hair, because it's just, oh, so easy and so pretty all the time. I don't have to do too much to it.
And what made you want to go on the journey of sister locks?
So with my natural hair, it's curly and thick. And I will always get to a point where I felt like it wasn't growing. And that wasn't the case at all. I just had mad shrinkage. Some women could go to sleep on their fro at night and can pick it out and it's fine. I go to sleep on mine. It literally looked like I had no hair at all, just a baby little afro. And picking it out, it was so weird. So I literally had to plait it up every night. And that was time consuming. And so I was like, let me see if my hair actually does grow. And so, of course, we know it was growing, but the sister locks, I can see the growth. I've enjoyed watching the journey from when I first got them and they were short and then they shriveled up. And now I'm to the journey where they have dropped. So I always see the length.
When it comes to thinking about other people who are beginning their sister lock journey, what advice do you have for them?
Be patient. Be patient and find a really good consultant that you trust and build a relationship with that consultant. Sister locks cost, and sometimes we like to go the cheaper route. And in these sister lock, micro lock groups, those people who go the cheaper route end up very unhappy in the long run. So find a good consultant, interview them, meet with them, and be patient with your hair. It does not happen in 6 weeks.
On this hair journey, are there resources that you look towards? You talked about a group. Where are these groups that you find support for your sister lock journey?
Facebook, there is a sister lock, micro lock group, and that's the one I use the most. I've looked on TikTok to kind of get some information, obviously Google, but yeah, there's this one Facebook group that I will post questions in and get feedback. So yeah, not too many.
Ashleigh, thank you so much for sitting in the chair, telling your stories. I truly, truly appreciate it.
You're welcome. No problem. You know, I'm here. You need me. You got me. Thank you for the invitation.
Welcome to the chair, where Miss Dream always has a story.
Thank you for listening to an episode of The Chair. I'm going to share with you a dream of mine. I would love to be on Sesame Street. Sesame Street held my hand through childhood. In my dream, I would be in my big afro or rainbow braids sitting on the stoop sharing hair stories. I would like your help, please, by doing all the things like leave a review, share it with someone who would benefit from hearing this episode. And if you know someone who knows someone who knows someone at Sesame Street, share your favorite episode with them and I'll make you some of my famous chocolatey hot chocolate. I hope you have a beautiful day, or if you are like me, still up in the middle of the night, I hope you take a deep breath and rest. Love you. Talk to you later.
The chair.
Hello. Please leave a message after the tone.
Dream, hello. I just wanted to tell you you're wonderful. I just got through going through your podcast. Love you, love you, love you, love you. Keep it up. Maybe I need to send it to Oprah and Tyler Perry. Love you, baby. You are great.
Where we share